Hello, everybody, and welcome to the October edition of Board Table Talk. I'm Andrew Rothermel here with Board President Erica Hermans. Erica, how are you today?
Hi, Andrew. I'm doing well.
Good.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So welcome in. We're going to get right to the October work session and board meetings and little committee meetings in there. National Merit Scholarship. Let's start with that because it's really important to recognize these students with their successes.
Yeah, and the National Merit Scholarship Program presentation happens every October, and then we have another one in March for the finalists. And it is one of my most favorite meetings, standing presentations that we have every year. So as typical, our House Principal, Mr. Jones, and our principal at the high school, Dr. Edwards, came to the podium to recognize the academic achievements of a handful of our students. So for those that aren't familiar, the National Merit Scholarship Program is based on preliminary SAT performance in their 10th grade year. So in particular, we had 27 commended students, which represented basically students within the top 2% nationwide in terms of performance. So we had 27 students out of a total of 27,000 students out of a total of 34,000 students nationwide that were commended. And it is amazing to see our students, as I said at the table, perform academically, musically, athletically, artistically. I just love being able to have them recognized.
Yeah, it is incredible. And I'll put up the names here so we can recognize all of the students that have made the National Merit Scholarship.
And then, of course, we had our semifinalists. So
yes,
we had 11 semifinalists that are able to move on to the finalist presentation potentially here in March. So what a semifinalist is they performed within the top 1% nationwide. So we had 11 students out of 16,000 students, which was, again, based on their PSAT performance, but also they have to submit a scholarship application. They have to still perform just as well on the actual SATs to confirm that performance, as well as get recommendations from their teachers, all to be able to be potentially selected in March and get some monetary scholarship.
Awesome. So congratulations to them. So let's jump into the capital plan update. It's kind of the hot topic right now. That we've been talking about it now for quite some time. So where are we at with the capital plan? Yeah.
So where we are with the capital plan is we're eyeing November 12th. So as the community may have seen in some communications, and I believe that the district is looking to send out some additional communications in the next few days or week or so that the community knows what to expect. We know that the community input is going to be vital to shaping the direction of our school district over the next 10 years. And we want to hear from you, you as in the community.
Right.
So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be holding a community forum, and there are going to be breakout sessions. So I've talked a little bit with Dr. Scanlon about what those breakout sessions will look like, and that's, again, what the district will be communicating. But it'll be everything from hitting the topics that we've talked about in our previous capital planning presentations, topics like potential for full-day kindergarten, topics like potential for realigning the middle school model, topics like redistricting. So, having those smaller group breakout sessions will allow our community to really get targeted and focused in terms of providing feedback to the district.
Awesome. And that'll be at the 8th grade center on November 12th at 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
Hope to see you there.
Yes.
So another big topic right now is the superintendent search. I know our last board table talk we discussed about MCAU and how we're partnering with them. Now we're full into it. There has been virtual sessions held with the community and staff members, and the input survey is still available, must be submitted by November 3rd. Other than that, application deadline for the superintendents, if you're watching, is November 17th. December starts the interview process, January rolls into the second round, and then late February is the target for hiring and presenting the superintendent.
I mean, yeah, we have a lot going on in late February. I mean, I know we were just talking about the capital plan, and of course we had the superintendent search going. I mean, everything from, February, getting a recommendation to the board for us to be able to vote on the capital plan in March, to being able to get to our final interviews, at least the way that we have the timeline right now, is that we would like to be able to get to our first round interviews in December, our second round and final interviews in January, to be able to make a recommendation for hire in February. So as a parent, I did take the survey, and again, it's just another kind of reinforcement that we need to have the community share, as much as possible when making these important decisions.
Right. And as we're talking about capital plan, superintendent search, we do have 2026, 2027 budget. Where are we at in that? I know we talk about preliminary and proposed definitely in March, May. Mm-hmm. What is the status right now? Where are we at with finance? Mm-hmm.
So, well, I guess there's two ways to take that conversation. So one is, where are we in the cycle?
Yeah.
And the cycle is in November. We always have a standing presentation that is where our CFO, Mr. Fink, comes to the table to present the proposed preliminary budget. So as it relates to school finance, there are certain check boxes that we have to hit throughout the school fiscal year. And one of which is having our CFO come to the table, presenting that proposed preliminary budget, which is really a starting point for being able to do everything we need to do to get to a vote in May. And that includes approving the proposed preliminary budget in January. That includes sending budget books out to all of the departments to be able to kind of understand what are the needs for next year, what are things that we can go without, and to be able to shave that budget number down from where it is in November to where it is in May, to be able to make sure that our budget gets approved by June 30th, as we are required to do.
Yeah, so we always love when Jim comes up and does that presentation.
Yeah, I will say though, at the meeting, so the other way that I could have taken that question is there was a lot of conversation at the board meeting around what is the current state of the budget as it relates to what is going on in Harrisburg. Mm-hmm. So as the community may or may not know, that we are still, we as in the PA legislature, I can't get my words out this morning, is still in a stalemate. So the question came up a couple of times in terms of what is the impact to Spring-Ford? And that is something where we've talked about it in finance. We talked about it at our work session. Spring-Ford, for as much as we're hearing about the impacts to other districts, right now Spring-Ford, we're in a relatively good spot. Mm-hmm. But as Dr. Wright mentioned in her report for the MCIU, there are other districts that rely more heavily on state funding that are really being impacted, as well as IUs and CTCs. And this is something that I commented at the board table because I also sit on the board of the Western Center, the Career and Tech Center. Mm-hmm. A lot of their funding comes from the state and state grants, and without having that revenue coming through, there is a concern. It is a concern in terms of how schools are going to make payroll. So I know that Dr. Scanlon has worked with the other 3 superintendents of the sending district to figure out how can we get creative in the interim to make sure that we can support our kids, not just here at Spring-Ford, but also at our CTCs. Because in the end, they're still our kids.
Right. We should have them on a board table talk one time and have a
all
conversation
3
with them.
superintendents. That would be lovely.
Or just the people from the Western Center.
Well,
too,
there's a lot going on at the Western Center.
Yeah.
Mrs. Weingarten is the vice chair, and she in her report talked about, just like we're doing capital planning here, we're doing capital planning there. I always say this, our CTC, I think, is one of the best in the county. And unfortunately, I say unfortunately, it's a double-edged sword. The demand for it greatly outweighs the supply. Mm-hmm. And Mr. Livingood, the director there, would say this. He would love to take in all the students who apply. But the fact of the matter is there are space constraints and personnel constraints and other things that really impede our ability to take in as many students as we would like. So with that said, Mrs. Weingarten mentioned that we're in the really early stages of analyzing what a potential growth in the CTC would look like.
Right.
And I think that's really exciting work.
Yeah, it is. Some other exciting work, the Royersford Public Library lease. There's conversations around that right now. If you want to talk a little bit about what that is and what what that means to the community.
Yeah, so our Royersford Library is technically even though it's kind of a building adjacent to Royersford Elementary, it is on Springford property. And so the way it's been is that we have leased that land to the Royersford Library year after year. And normally this wouldn't even come up as like something you would see on our agenda, but Mrs. McGar, who is the director, the manager at the library, is looking to apply for a grant that would allow her to receive money for facility upgrades, in particular, like update the flooring. And so if anyone's been there, the Royersford Library is lovely. Mrs. Deerdorf, Mrs. Weingarten, and I, we just did a tour of the facility about a month ago. And it's just so welcoming. And, you know, you even see things that they're doing, the children's corner. I know that the district had provided some bookshelves from Spring City Elementary when, you know, we were updating and renovating that. We offered that furniture over there. And so it is really a welcoming place for our community. But it's a very old building and it needs upgrades. And so the reason why this came up is because in order to apply for the grant, there was language in there that stated that we needed to have at least a 15-year contract. Right. And so in working with Mr. Fink, our CFO, as well as our solicitor, we feel confident that we're able to do that and allow them to apply for the grant, get the money, and make the upgrades.
Awesome. And if you have a chance, I think they have a bearded dragon there named Roy.
So I don't know if you know.
His birthday.
Fun fact, I am a bearded dragon mom.
Okay.
So yes, I'm very familiar.
Should bring them on too.
We should bring our bearded dragons on. So I do feed it roaches every week and crickets and whatever else. So Roy is the bearded dragon. He's having a birthday celebration. Yeah. We should go out there and film that.
Oh, that would be cool.
That would be fun.
Definitely. Happy birthday, Roy. So we're going to switch it up to a little bit. I'm going to talk here for a minute. The RCTV Cablecast project, if people have seen it on the agenda, it's addressing the outgoing outage of RCTV on Comcast and Verizon. So people can't watch Board Table Talk right now on Comcast or Verizon 969 or 44 as we've had since probably 2006, 2007. The reasoning is because we have a system that runs all of our server, all of the broadcast material, and has been down since May, and that piece of equipment was installed in 2008. So it was definitely on its last legs. So we're addressing that now. It'll restore the channel for our at-home audience. It will also provide an app for users to be able to download on their phones or Fire Stick, Roku, and Apple TV. And it'll also give us a little bit enhance our broadcast availability and management from the back end side, which I'm really excited to start that project now. So thank you. It's been approved so thank you.
Yeah, and you know, I think that this is really important. I know that we had some good conversation in community relations around like, well, is this budgeted? Is this unbudgeted? And I think you shared a very important story, which is, you know, we do a lot of year-end events, celebrations, like graduation, where if we don't allow a segment of our community to be able to access us through these channels, like they're not able to partake. And we know that it's really important and that people do use them. So I'm really happy that you guys are moving in this direction. I think the more we can broadcast it, the better it is for people to see all the great work that's happening in Springford.
Yes, I'm very excited on that. Another really exciting thing, the technology education next year is going to have a STEM course on guitar building. So we actually have one here. They're going to be building this guitar. Well, maybe not this exact one, but something similar to this. And I'm going to read you the course description in a second.
Can I hold it while
if you want to hold it, I will read the course description for the community. A STEM-based course of study designed to challenge students to apply science, technology, engineering, and math skills through the duration of this semester. Course students will design, fabricate, and finish a custom electric guitar from scratch. Students will hand-shape guitar necks and utilize the CNC router to machine their guitar bodies. This course will also include machine safety, computer-aided 3D modeling, soldering electrical circuitry, applying advanced finishing techniques, as you can see on this one, it has like that really cool glitter surface on it, and set up harmonic intonation. So really exciting for next year, the kids to be able to build this, and maybe we can, I don't know what they're doing with the guitars, but it'd be cool to have go to the band and
I was going to ask,
maybe let them try them out, make sure the harmonics are correct.
So, I mean, I think
we have pieces here. Let me see if I can get them I'll set them up here. We can just keep them up here then.
Oh, wow.
But these are all the pieces that go into it. Sorry if my mic is scratching while I reach down.
Oh, I'm going to have to tell the board members to watch this episode for sure so that they can see what
really
this
cool.
looks like.
So this is what it originally looked like once they milled it.
I mean, this is amazing, and
Neck.
we talk about it all the time. So, I mean, we talk about it all the time in terms of promoting STEM at the secondary level, and to be able to see this and see what it actually looks like, I think is really, really cool.
Yeah.
And I'm pretending like I play the guitar. I was a violinist, so I'm a string musician, but I don't know what I'm doing. So
That's
I'm
one
gonna take it
skill I
off.
wish I learned one day was
And the
how
nails
to play
probably
the
don't
guitar.
help.
All right. Oh, I heard it there. So some more exciting things, the K through 4 math curriculum, and this is, if you don't have anything else, we can end on this one. But the math K through 4, I don't want that to fall. It'll be on film and they'll get mad at me. The curriculum, the K through 4 math curriculum is having an open house to explore the new iReady math curriculum for grades K through 4.
Yep.
It's going to be held Monday, November 3rd at the district office from 5 to 7. So stop in whenever you can if you're interested. It is for grades K through 4. Parents can browse materials, learn more about the program, and ask questions.
Yep.
And we see all the time programs and curriculum getting approved through the board. So it's really nice that they have an open house that they can actually explore the iReady curriculum.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is just another event that promotes curriculum transparency, which our administrators in the curriculum department do a really good job of doing, because this is not the first time that we have done a curriculum open house. I know a few years ago when we adopted the K-6 ELA program, CKLA, my kids were in elementary school and I had the opportunity to go out there and take a look at the materials, as did other board members with elementary school students. And so, you know, kudos to Dr. Gardy and all of her staff that, you know, continue to realize that transparency in curriculum, and not to say that you can't come to our meetings, because you can. Every month we have a public open house, you know, meeting that folks can come to if they want to hear what's going on. But I think that to highlight something like this is really important.
Awesome. Well, thank you. If you don't have anything else, I'll wrap it up. All right.
I'm good.
Thanks, everybody, for watching. We will see you next month, and make sure you stay tuned. Maybe, tuned, get it?
Tuned.
See you next time.